So you lied on your CV and said that you're a pro at Excel. Now Bill Lumberg needs you to run some VLOOKUPs for this week's TPS reports. Don't panic. VLOOKUP is one of the easiest formulas to learn. VLOOKUP, or vertical lookup, compares two sets based off of a reference in each table. So let's say that in table A here, we have employee ID, the start and end dates of their contracts, and then in table B, we have the employee ID again, their given name, surname, and job title. Now you want to add the start and end dates of their contracts into table B here. I mean, this is quite a short list. You could do this manually and just look up, one by one, go through that. But in the real world, you'll be working with spreadsheets containing hundreds or even thousands of records. And so this is where VLOOKUPs come in. So we'll be looking to put in the formula here, E2. So we'll just type that in, equals. Equals always denotes the beginning of a formula. And then VLOOKUP. So you see it automatically knows which one you're looking for based on what you've typed here. And it matches whatever you've typed. So if I just put V, it shows you every formula beginning with V. So you can do it in a number of ways. You can either just type it out all the way yourself, if you're fast at typing. Otherwise, you can type it in until it shows the one you want, and then you press Tab. Or the last way, just type in what you want, look through the list for the formula you're looking for, and then double click on it. Okay, so the second part of this is a lookup value. So this is the reference that you'll be looking for from this table in the other table. So the reference that we'll be looking for from table B in table A is the employee ID here. So click on that, and then we'll put a comma to move to the next part of the formula. And this table array is where we're looking for this. So where are we looking for 634? We'll be looking for that in table A. So we'll be looking for this all in table A. So we'll click from here and drag all the way down. Now in this scenario, yes, you could do this and it would be correct, but tables are not always in order. 634 could have been down here or up here. So in general, you'll have to select the whole range of data. Yep. So you see here it's looking for A2 to C30. A2 up here, all the way down diagonally to C30. Yep. Now, we want to lock these so that when we copy the formula, it maintains the same range of data that it's looking through. So to do that, you just highlight this and press F4 on your keyboard. Okay, and that didn't work. Press. Okay, it seems my keys are not working, but basically what F4 does is put in these absolute dollar signs, and that makes it so that when you copy this formula, it maintains this structure. So usually you can just type F4 and it'll automatically put those in, and you can keep typing F4 to cycle through. You can either have absolute C with absolute A, or absolute 2, absolute 2, which will lock in the row, but let the column change when you copy. But we want to lock everything. Okay, and then you put in another comma, move into the next part. So this column index part is the column you want to return data for. So in this case, we want to put the start date in this column, column E2. So that will be column number 2. Yeah. So I'll just delete this. So this is column number 2. If the table started in column B, it would be the same. It would still be number 2 because the employee ID would be the first column, and then start date would be the second column, and end date the third column, and so forth and so forth. So this it doesn't really match the letters here. It matches the number of columns in the table itself. So we'll put in 2. And then this part I'll not get into this in this video, but true basically looks for an approximate match, and false looks for an exact match. Now, because we're looking for an employee ID, which is a unique value, we'll be using the exact match. And then you close that formula bracket and press enter. And that returns this value, which is an unformatted date value. So we can quickly fix this by clicking here and selecting date. So this shows you 2nd of March 2020 matching 2nd of March 2020 here. We can clean this up and make it a proper formatting, matching this one by clicking here, going to more number formats, custom, and then just type in DD for the date, MMM for the month, which will show you the 3-letter month, and then year, just 4 Ys, and press enter. And there we go. There we have it. So the formula is working correctly, and we can hover over this little square down here and drag all the way down. So if we just look at a random sample, you can look at 961, 12th of June, 12th of June. Look here, 12th of April, 8:48, 8:48, 12th of April. So it's working correctly. So let's just put in the column header and then move on to the second one, end date. So you can go through the same process and type in the formula from scratch, or you can just copy this. So click into cell E2 and then up here click into the formula bar and copy this. So copy that and press escape, and then double click in F2 and paste and type enter. So again, this is unformatted, so we can copy the format here using the format painter. So this will just copy the formatting of that, and we can apply it here. Just make that a bit bigger. Okay, so we see that it's copying the exact same formula. We need to edit this a bit. So we need to change the column number that it's retrieving the data from. So in the first case we had put 2, which was the start date. So column C, the end date, will be the 3rd column. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we'll come here, click in the formula bar, and change this to a 3, and hit enter. And so that changes this to 1st of March 2021, which matches 1st of March 2021 here. And then we can hover over this little green box here at the bottom and drag down. And there you go. So again, if you look at a random sample, 883, 28th of July, 883, 28th of July. So this formula is working correctly. So you can go ahead and match the formatting of this, and yep, there you go. That's a VLOOKUP. It's pretty straightforward, and now you'll be able to finish your TPS reports on time for Bill.